Call the meeting to order. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call. All members are present. Approval of the agenda. Is there any changes, Council? Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion by Shellen. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Heidi. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. Approval of the minutes of the March 20th, 2024 regular meeting. I'll receive them in your packet. Is there any changes, corrections, clarification needed within those minutes? Hearing nothing, do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the March 20 meeting?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Diane. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Shellen. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Aye.
Motion carries 4 in favor, none against, 1 abstention. This now brings us to our public open forum. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the council? Is there anyone that would like to speak to the council? Is there anyone that would like to speak to the council? Our public open forum is now closed. We have no public hearings. We'll move on to our reports and presentations. EDA report.
So the EDA met 1 week earlier than its regular meeting, so they met on March 27th instead of today. They did receive updated reports from Sauk Center Opportunities and the Chamber of Commerce. And we also discussed an update on the development next to Walmart. And that continues. I've been talking with the surveyor on that. We should see a lot split application coming to break off about 4 acres of that parcel. We have an update on the sale of the Aerosmith plat lot. If you recall, we had an offer on that. Today I received information that they're going to try to close mid-July on that. So we should see some activity happening there. And then we also have a potential buyer. We received an offer on another lot in the South Industrial Park. We're not ready to bring that to the council yet because there's the lot that they're interested in is the one with all the black dirt on it. And so we're trying to figure out what our costs will be to get that lot shovel ready and then whether that is going to reflect in the price. So we hope to have that come to the city council in closed session at the next meeting. And that is it for the EDA.
Questions, concerns? Okay, Park Board report.
The Park Board met last night in their regular session. We welcomed Chris Klinghammer. He's this is his first meeting that he actually attended because the meeting in March was canceled because of the presidential primary. The tree memorial, the leaves are on order. As soon as they get here, the public works staff will be putting them up. And that was where we had the leaves that are going on the mural on the side of the Sinclair Lewis Park restroom. We did have it slotted on there to receive or to hear information on the community garden, because that group had come to the city requesting some assistance, and we had directed them to come back with what are they asking for, what is the cost, what is the budget. They were not in attendance, so I'll reach out to them one more time to see about getting them here at the next meeting. We're continuing to advertise for the campground manager. The one that we had selected, actually 2 that we had selected, the one ended up having surgery, so we're still hopefully getting somebody into that position. The campground internet, all of the cable has been buried and the power is up the poles, and now the second half of April, Arvig will be here putting up the equipment. And so it's our goal to have it running live by April 25th so we can get the office set up, and then the campers will start arriving on May 1st. The park board is going to be reviewing the park plan, specifically regarding the trail maintenance and expansion plans to look at the long term of our trails and their condition. And in the comp plan, we proposed some new trails. They want to incorporate that into the park plan. They had decided not to raise the rates for 2025 for the campground. Beginning May 1st, you can start making 2025 reservations, so they had to make that recommendation. And then they received a request from 2 of the seasonal campers for a small retaining wall beside their site. I talked to Ben today about that. He's going to look at that and see if it's feasible to do. I have no action items from the park board tonight.
Any questions, concerns? Okay, we'll move on to action items. 7A, approve resolution 2024-33, accepting quote for 1-ton pickup.
So at the February 17th council meeting, the council adopted a resolution authorizing us to solicit bids for the replacement of the 2002 Ford F-350. That is the one with the dump box and the V-plow. Bids were sought through the state bid holder and also locally. So we have that in front of you. The state bid, Boyer Trucks did not come back with a bid, but we did get a bid from Dan Welly Southtown for a Ram 3500 and from John Weiss Ford for an F-350, which is the aluminum body. You can see the prices there. Dan Welly's was $61,435. John Weiss Ford was $63,441. So this is the cab and chassis. Then the second part is for the dump box and the V-plow. TBI bid for the steel dump and the V-plow for $39,200 as a package. Towmaster did the dump only, and then combined with Central Hydraulics for a V-plow would be $43,339. So you've got the top part is to buy the truck and chassis, and then the bottom part is to buy the dump box and the V-plow. So as I said, Boyer Trucks said the state bid did not return a bid amount. The one thing about the F-350 that we wanted to point out, that is an aluminum body, pros and cons to that, but if we're going to be doing brine operations, that might not be a bad thing to consider, even though it's a little more money. And then I did, as I said, Towmaster bid a dump box, so we need to combine that with the V-plow, which is Central Hydraulics. We did purchase a Dodge Ram from Dan Welly in February of this year. And I know we try to go back and forth. I don't know if that's going to weigh into your decision or not. The budget for this purchase is $120. So we kind of have a two-part action here. One to pick the chassis, and then the second would be the steel dump and the V-plow. So I have that in Resolution 2024-33, authorizing the purchase of the 1-ton street department pickup and sale of the 2002 Ford F-350 is what we would get rid of. And Ben
Question?
is here to answer any questions because he's the one that did the bidding.
Okay, any questions, concerns? I talked to Ben today about that, the dump box is actually stainless steel. So it's not that's one of the things we've been going to with the regular trucks is stainless steel
Yeah.
because of the salt, right? Yep. Okay. And then him and I also talked about the aluminum body, so that's a council decision. But my opinion is the only thing with an aluminum body is if it gets wrecked, you gotta be certified to be able to fix an aluminum body. And I don't know how many people are around in body shops that are certified to do it right now. I've heard there's been a problem. That's hearsay. So, anybody got any questions of Ben?
Ben, maybe you could just talk about what are the advantages of going with the aluminum over the other one?
I think the biggest advantage, which is the whole reason for the cost being more than the Ram 3500, is purely the fact of it's not going to rust. That truck came out in 2016 with aluminum, so basically we have a 2015 F-150 right now in our fleet, and it does have rust on it. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's starting, and you can go on their lot and look at 2016s, and they don't have any rust on them. So if we're going to keep the truck for a long time, which we're going through this effort to build a nice truck, we're probably going to have it around for more than 7-8 years, I would imagine. So if we can keep it in good condition, I think it helps the long-term value of the vehicle. So that's one of the main reasons to go with aluminum over the steel. You won't have to be replacing cab corners and rocker panels and things like that as they rust out. Because this truck, it'll see a lot of time in the winter, and we have a normal winter, and we actually have to plow a lot. And hopefully with future plans of what we want to do, this would be the vehicle that would do like a brine pre-application treatment on roads. So it'll see a lot of salt and stuff. So if we go with the regular truck, it's probably going to rust within 5 to 7 years. You'll start seeing it on the rockers and cab corners. So, but the aluminum really holds up well to that type of environment.
Okay, and then delivery, you said, would be probably by the end of the year?
Yeah, both have told me that they're about 4 to 6 months out from the time that we order the truck. And then the truck manufacturer said that they can get after them pretty quickly here. So if we decide on this tonight, we can get a slot, with the builder, so that right when that truck comes in, it can go to them and get that box built, and actually, they can build the box ahead of time if we give them the go-ahead, because they have all the specs from these vehicles, so they know what the measurements are, and they can build the box based off of that, and then just put it on once it comes in. So we'd be 4 to 6 months to get the truck, and then another couple months, so we're about 8 months from right now to get the truck, which would be right at season starting, so. And then we would sell our F-350 that we have now.
Okay. Is there any questions? Concerns?
Is there a preference, sorry, Ben, is there a preference for over the splitting them up or going with the TBEI?
Yeah, I would recommend going with TBEI. They were cheaper, and it'll be the same product, and they actually did our last plow truck, and they did a really good job, so.
Okay.
It's almost $4,000.
Right.
Yep.
So,
I just didn't know with the separated bid if there was a reason for
Yeah.
that or,
Towmaster just doesn't deal with plows anymore.
Got
so
it.
I had to get a separate quote for that.
okay, any other questions of Ben? Or concerns? What's the council's wishes?
I guess I'd make a motion to go with the aluminum body from John Weiss Ford and the combo from TBEI.
Okay, I have a motion by Shellen. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Heidi. Any other discussion? Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. Thank you. 7B, approve execution of utility easements, truck stop project.
So as part of the truck stop stormwater project, we have temporary and permanent easements that we need to be obtained from the owner of the property, which is the truck stop. The temporary easements will be released upon completion of construction. The permanent easements will be recorded on the property. The permanent easements include the storm pipe and the stormwater pond. So like it'll be physical items that'll be in there. And you can see on there's two separate easements because one of the parcels is in the city and one is in the township, so they're two separate parcels that we would be recording these on. The permanent is the grayed out areas on the map, and the temporary is the one with the slash lines. And this has been sent over to the city attorney to draft the easements for that. But what we're looking for tonight is just to authorize the mayor and myself to execute those easement documents.
Questions? Comments? Do I have a motion to authorize the execution of the easement documents?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Heidi, second by Diane. Any last minute discussion? Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. 7C, approved direct voting agreement, Stearns County.
So the city of Sauk Center will once again be an early voting site for its residents for the primary and general election, which allows voters to vote in person a week prior to the election and on Saturday. So we have several responsibilities. Of course, we need to provide municipal issued emails to our election judges because we have to log into the statewide voter registration system to do this process. We have to provide the polling place and adequate staffing. We need to provide early voting for every statewide election, which is the primary in August and the general in November. We need to be open during all regular business hours for the week prior to the election and from 9 to 3 on Saturday before the election and then 5 o'clock the night before. The polling place can remain closed on Sunday. There was some talk about being open 15 days, including Sunday. We went with the 7 days, including Saturday. And then, of course, we have to coordinate the election judge and other staff needed. We need to do the preliminary and the public accuracy test for the voting system for the DS200. Then we have to have the election results taken to the county. And then we're responsible for any damage or theft at the poll pads and the voting system or the ballot box. So it's kind of our responsibility to carry this election out a week for the week prior to the election. The county will then reimburse the city $827.50 for each election. So they're trying to help offset some of the costs of having judges here. We're fortunate that we have a lot of city staff that's changed judges, and so we'll be able to pop in when we need to help people and yet still not cost any extra dollars to the city. So what we're looking for tonight is to approve the direct voting agreement with Stearns County.
Questions? Concerns? Do I have a motion to approve the direct voting agreement with Stearns County?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Joe. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Shellen. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. 7D, approve appointment of police sergeant.
So the Personnel Committee interviewed Dustin Von Walde for the position of sergeant on April 2nd, 2024. He applied for the position following the internal posting. Upon conclusion of the interview, the committee felt that Dustin is well-suited for the position of sergeant. He has a good relationship with not only the Sauk Center officers, but also with Stearns County, State Patrol, and the BCA. And they said they will also bring some new community outreach ideas to the department. The committee recommends the appointment of Dustin Von Walde as police sergeant effective April 30th at step 7 of the sergeant pay scale. So that's what our action requested tonight is to approve the appointment of Von Walde as sergeant at step 7 effective April 30th, 2024.
Questions, comments? You
Good-
two said
good
it.
choice.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have a,
I'll make a motion to
Motion.
approve.
we have a motion by Diane? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Shallon. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Aye.
Motion carries 4 in favor, none against, 1 abstention. 7E, approve advertising for position police officer.
So this is a little bit different than what I originally had on the agenda, and incoming Chief Jensen is here to add to this if you have any questions. But with the appointment of Von Walde as sergeant, we now have a vacancy for the position of patrol officer. The roster currently we have 1 part-time officer who has expressed an interest in becoming full-time with the department. That is Matt Mormon. He has been on our part-time roster, I think, for 12 or 13 years. He is requesting promotion to full-time. He's currently working full-time in Melrose, requesting that his pay be commensurate with what he's currently making there, which is step 7. He's also requesting some vacation time, which is equivalent to 6.67 days, and sick time of 1.667. He has some vacation already scheduled with his family, and then also to earn vacation in the future as if he was here for 5 years, which right now, I think the new officers, you get like 3.14 hours per pay period. He's looking for 4.62. So 1.4 hours per pay period additional than if he was a brand-new employee. The Personnel Committee recommends that Mormon be offered the promotion based on his years of service and his ability to hit the ground running with little training. This would be the most cost-effective way to fill the position, given that there are very few applicants for open positions throughout the state. So that's where we are right now. We're requesting to approve the promotion of Matt Mormon to full-time status at step 7 with credit for the vacation and sick time as outlined. And I guess both Von Walde and Jensen are here if you have any questions about Officer Mormon.
Questions, concerns?
I guess what would be the effective date for him to become full-time with our department then?
I didn't put an effective date on that because I don't know how much notice he would want to give Melrose. So in a situation like this, we make the effective date the first day that they'll be scheduled to work.
Okay.
I did talk to him, and that to me, that first week of May or that April 30th,
Same day.
same day.
Lines up, okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. Any other questions or concerns? Do I have a motion to hire
I'll make a
Matt
motion.
Mormon? Got a motion by Diane. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Joe. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. 7F, Arbor Day Proclamation.
So Arbor Day 2024 falls on Friday, April 26th. As part of the Tree City Initiative and to maintain Tree City status, the mayor shall annually proclaim said date as Arbor Day and encourage residents to celebrate Arbor Day to protect trees and woodlands and to plant a tree on this date. The city of Sauk Center has been a tree city for 28 years. So 2024 will be our 29th year of maintaining Tree City status. I do have the proclamation in your packet, so what action requested is to adopt that proclamation of April 26th as Arbor Day.
Questions?
Are you going to read all that?
No. They'll leave that up to the newspaper.
There you go.
Do I have a motion to approve myself to sign the proclamation of April 26th?
I'll make a motion to approve.
And I'll
By
second.
Shallon, seconded by Heidi. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. We have no unfinished business. We have no new business. Then that brings us to our consent agenda. We have schedule of claims, unpaid claims of $135,549.80 for a total of the same. Resolution 2024-34, accepting contributions of $146.30 from the men's card playing group to be allocated to the senior center. On behalf of the council and the city, I want to thank that group for their contribution. We have an assembly permit request from Deb Holt for National Eucharistic Pilgrimage Procession to be held on May 23rd, 2024 at Our Lady of Angels. About 200 people are expected to attend. The procession will be from Our Lady of Angels Church down Ash Street to St. Paul's Church. We also have an assembly permit request from Deb Holt for a Corpus Christi procession to be held on June 2nd, 2024 at St. Paul's. About 200 people are expected to attend. The procession will be from St. Paul's Church down Birch Street to Our Lady of Angels Church and back down Ash Street. We have a gambling application for exempt permit request from the Sauk Center Snow Cleats Incorporated for a raffle on September 11th, 2024 at the Sauk Center Snow Cleats Clubhouse. Is there any questions or concerns about the consent calendar? Hearing nothing, do I have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Diane, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Joe. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 5 in favor, none against. Informational items.
A couple informational items. The local Board of Review meeting is Monday, April 8th at 1 p.m. That's when the county is here people can come and appeal their assessed value of their property. The second item is the Severe Weather Awareness Week is next week, the 8th through the 12th. Monday, the 8th is alerts and warnings. The 9th is severe weather, lightning and hail. The 10th is floods. The 11th is tornadoes, and there will be a statewide drill at 1:45 and 6:45 on Thursday. So be prepared for the tornado drills to be or the sirens to be going off. And then Friday, April 12th is extreme heat and wildfires. And I did put the information in the packet. It's also posted on Facebook for anybody that's interested in that. And the final thing I have here is we did get our pay equity results. If you recall, in January, we had to submit pay equity results to the state of Minnesota, and we passed. So we're good to go for another 3 years.
Okay, any questions about the announcements? That brings us to the end of our agenda. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion
I'll
by
second.
Shalin, second by Joe. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 5 in favor, none against. Meeting adjourned.